Okay, before I get into the video proper, I just find it a little bit weird. Like, all these SMB 310R cameos are rigged out. But when I type this 14, yeah, I even searched it. Literally nobody up till now, a lot of time has already elapsed and nobody uploaded it. I'm trying to go down to the shorts section, but YouTube isn't showing me any shorts. Can I actually put shorts? Hold on. If I restrict it to shorts. Okay. Oh, there is. It's only one person. See, okay, I was wrong, but YouTube's algorithm detection is getting a little bit, again, I'm really thankful that somebody else caught it. Like, thank you, by the way. It's the fact that, like, Bedok North Depot, yeah, I know they do sus stuff and shit, but even when they rig out the cameos for you, regardless of whether they should even be rigging out in the first place, I don't really want to reignite this discussion because you know how it goes, but even when it's rigged out for you guys don't even document. Like, it's not like this is a east side only service. No, 14 is quite a long service. It's like from Bedok to Clementi. And yet, despite for such a long route, nobody bothered to film it. And I would like to say it's the exact same phenomena as whatever happened during the day itself. You search Volvo B5LH45. It okay. I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna get into this a little later. Hold on, where is it? Oh, it's not even this. Oh, another one. Okay, never mind. I'll try to see if like YouTube actually detects my video. Oh my god, it's not. I don't even remember. What was the Rego again? SG uh 30 whatever. You know what? I'm just gonna oh, not here. Let me see how good YouTube's detection is. Okay. Yeah, apparently YouTube doesn't detect Volvo B5LH45, so I actually have to type in this. Okay. Then when I type in this, only I have the video of this. I go to shorts. Okay, here is 310R, which is not related to 3049, but again, it's not a short route. It's kind of a medium to long distance route, and for some reason, people don't give a crap. Although I do have friends that they don't really own YouTube channels, so they just take photos instead. That one's still okay. But my main point is that, see, you got people that are actually like rigging out the cameos to, you know, entertain bus enthusiasts per se, and you guys don't even go for it, which is like so weird. Cause I do know that a lot of people have already quit like bus spotting ever since the non-wheelchair accessible buses retired, but really this is not the bus community that I knew in like the 2010s, early 2010s per se. I think it's more of like, I think you can just feel it that like a lot of people have just like flat out given up already, and I kind of am able to empathize, or at least, how do you say it, like kyokan suru, like I'm able to like at least understand their feeling or where they come about. It's like, the candles already, they're rigged out, right? Whatever, I'm not interested. I kind of get that feeling, but it's like it's become so bad to the point whereby you type in this, it's only my video and the other content creators' video. It's just two videos, like long route, but there are only two videos. I don't know how much of it is on Instagram, and I don't know how much of it is on Facebook, but yeah, I guess you can say that people are just no longer interested in this anymore, I guess. Or maybe they just like selectively hunt for cameos. For me, it's more of like if people have already gone for it, then I don't really see the need to go for it unless I feel like it. But my the way I do things is that if nobody is like willing to go for it, or if nobody's free to go for it, and I happen to be available, then I would really put in my best effort. But lately I can just say that people just don't give a shit. And honestly, I kind of called it from the start that it was gonna turn out like this. Nothing even surprises me anymore. It's like Singapore bus community. It's so predictable. Okay, I yapped for 6 minutes. Now for the main content, and I guess okay. All right. So there is one thing that I just don't really understand. It's by trying to use a bus enthusiast, bus captain's name for your own benefit. Let's just put it out this way. I mean, obviously, right? Some bus enthusiasts, bus captains, they are comfortable with it. Some of them, they might not be so comfortable with like their name being like plastered all over the internet, right? You gotta respect people's like personal space, privacy, and stuff like that. I mean, putting the name of like a bus captain in your title or your thumbnail or your description is, I mean, as long as like the bus captain actually doesn't mind and they actually consented to it, I don't really see anything that's wrong with it. But although it's like, I don't really understand why a lot of people are like doing it. And I'm only saying this because it's like, the recent case about like that rogue Service 52 bus captain and his like sus behavior, right? So it's not related, but like I kind of like thought of like making a video that's like talking about bus enthusiasts, bus captains in general, because from what I've observed, right, I do see this trend of these content creators like just flat out using them for content. And by content, right, it's not just like posting a video about like the bus ride or what. It's not, no, it's more of like using their status as clickbait for your own video, like kind of thing. It's technically not clickbait because like the information is true, right? But it's more of like uh you're using their name so that you put it as a title or thumbnail or in the description. You're trying to like entice people to watch it. And it can go two ways. It could be a positive thing because it could like shed some positive light on, hey, this guy is really passionate about his job, and we want to like be able to spread that passion like online or even offline as well, like especially if you are their close friend. But on the other hand, again, I'm just using this as an example, but like on the other hand, sometimes I feel like a lot of these like bus enthusiasts actually kind of like cross the line or go way too far. It's not just like, oh, I'm using your name for clickbait or something. No, it's more of like they get into this obsession of like finding bus enthusiast, bus captains, bus to ride. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's more of like they become overly obsessive over it, and then they start seeing them as like content magnets as opposed to like actual human beings that are making a living, like, it's like every single time I look on YouTube, I'm like, oh my fucking god, like, why is the name being like plastered left, right, center? Because if you know, right, I don't put out the BC's names, and some of my friends don't put out the BC's names as well. It's more of like, if you know the BC, like if you know them personally, or you at least know of their existence, and you happen to know their identity, then okay, good for you. That kind of thing. But I wouldn't really like, just like, just put your name out like this, because what I told like the bus captains, like obviously not on the ride itself, but I happen to know these people. I do ride their buses like sometimes, but my main objective is basically, since the BCs themselves, sometimes they have to like use a GoPro or something to film themselves driving, and then sometimes, depending on how strict your the public transport operator that they are working for is, some of them might be quite chill with it, some of them might object to it, but I do know that like trying to set up this kind of like driving log and then going high profile on like your YouTube channel, there's a lot of difficulty, especially when it comes to like, you know it's like, how do I put it? I don't mind this. If I ran like a bus operator, I honestly don't mind, as long as like they are not like looking at the camera or anything. They're still doing their job properly. It's just that they are like recording themselves, and they're not like checking on their GoPro or anything. Like they're just recording. They just happen to be recording themselves. I wouldn't mind, but the reason why some of these bus enthusiasts, bus captains are not able to do this so often, even if they really wanted to, is because company restrictions and all these sorts of things. So this is where I kind of like come into the picture. So I'm not someone that like keeps going to ride your buses or anything, like, because I don't want to like disturb them or too often or anything. In fact, like, if you can ask any of them, unless there's like a real need for like me and the bus captain to converse, I typically don't even talk at all. Like, although I mean, since I know them personally, like, in other words, I have their contacts and everything. Not contacts, but like contacts and everything. I do tell them like the reason why I'm filming. It's because it's like, it doesn't matter if like I ride your bus once, twice, thrice, 10 times or what. Doesn't matter. But I'm not gonna put your name out there. But I just want to let them know that like, hey, I do know that it's quite hard to like record POV drivings, especially like so often. People get tired and stuff like that. So I put in the hard work. I may or may not take full trip, although I try my best to like commit to the full trip, especially if I'm able to, like, I have enough phone battery to do so. But it's more of like, I also tell them like the reason why I'm doing this is because so that in future, like, if you want to like look back at like your driving memories, hey, and then you can tell people, hey, I used to drive this bus or something. So I'm giving them footage, no matter how long or short that they like could look back on and then say, oh, I used to drive this bus, brings back good memories, or like something along those lines. So yeah, that's the reason why. And I told them this privately as well. It's like, it's something for them to like look back on, like whenever they feel like it. So yeah, this is what I basically want to provide for them. I mean, some people, right? I may not like tell them explicitly, but they kind of know. Although whenever I'm like seeing, why is this stuck here? Oh, sorry. Although to be honest, like when I'm really seeing all of these starting to like pop up, right? I was like, you trying to showcase the bus or the bus captain? Are you trying to do it so that you can get more clicks on your video? Or do you actually give a shit about the bus captain behind the wheel? Sometimes I just think like that. Again, it's not a very serious issue, but it's like the more all the stupid kids start clickbaiting and then putting their name like just out there, regardless of whether the bus captains actually want that or not. I just start to think to myself, are you guys actually like friends with the bus captain, or you just want to click, or you just want to like fucking siphon the views, you know? And before anyone tries to like take it out of context, the only reason why I'm saying this is because like I look at this and I'm like, hey, I don't know what their intentions or motives are. I don't think they have bad intentions. It's just that like, why the hell are you using these people as content? I mean, I'm kind of technically doing the same thing as well, right? Even though I have told people many times I don't give a shit about like the number of views or anything. And the fact that like I also told the bus captains themselves that hey, this is footage for you to watch. It's not like for people out there to be like to like, go and hype up this bus captain or what. It's not about that. And they kind of understood. So yeah. So in short, it's like it can go two ways. It's like one thing is that like the bus captain gets more recognized and recognition, and they may or may not feel happy about it. That's another issue, but okay, it gives them more recognition. Could be good and bad, but yeah, I'm just putting it all out there. Then the second thing I've talked about, it gives them like digital memories to look back on. But the one thing that I fear the most is that the more it becomes like this sort of like clickbaity type shit, the more all the road bus enthusiasts would start infiltrating their buses and start like actually harassing the bus captain. And it has happened a couple of times already, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't really talk about like the details of like what actually happened, but this is whatever I just described. Basically, it's the reason why I don't give out their names or their identity in my videos, even though it's kind of obvious who they are. It's more of like a like I've explained. If you know them, good for you. But if you don't, I'm not gonna comment. That's all. And again, back to why I even talk about all of this. Uh, basically, if you don't set boundaries, whether you are a content creator or you are the bus captain yourself, uh, you open up the door to like a lot of harassment, like what I've talked about, and also these bus enthusiasts, like the rogue ones, starting to treat these bus enthusiasts, bus captains as like objects for their own fame, as opposed to like treating them like any proper human being deserves to be treated. Like they have themselves or their love, or themselves, their friend. Sorry, their friend. Shit. Themselves, their families, their loved ones that they need to feed. It's and then they have a job to do, and obviously they're happy doing their job. But again, based on my past experiences, whether it's to like a bus captain, bus enthusiast, or like a non-bus, sorry, whether it's to a bus enthusiast, bus captain, or to a non-bus enthusiast, bus captain, okay, like I have watched them like getting harassed by all the control car people before, so I was like, ah. And just remember, they're human beings. They may not be at the, I'm just being realistic, they might not be at the best moods every single time. That's one thing. It's all part of life. And then second of all, they deserve their personal space and privacy as well, especially when they're driving and they need to concentrate. Or they just don't really feel like, talking. They just want to like get through the day, get the day done and over with. Which again is a reason why, like I could greet the bus captain, but usually I wouldn't talk. That's the bottom line. Like I just don't talk to them because I know they have to be focusing in front. And the only time I talk is when they actually ask me a question, like an important question. Also, mostly because I am a 93% introvert. If there is no reason to talk, I just typically don't talk to people at all, especially in real life. Online it's a little different because I feel like I'm just a little bit better expressing myself through like non-verbal communication. I know it's not the same for everybody, but it's like for me, yeah, I know I'm yapping right now, but it's more of like I'm just not a very open person in real life in the sense that like most of the time I prefer to be alone. Like I have my own friends, but like it's not like oh I belong to this clique or this big clique or anything. No, usually I'm just alone, and I prefer it that way. And I'm pretty sure some of the bus enthusiasts, bus captains also feel the same way as well. Some days they may feel like they're in a good mood. Some days they aren't feeling so well, but they still have to drive the bus. And this is why it's like my main point is that like the more you try to clickbait and the more you like try to hype people out, oh guys, go catch his bus, and then the more these rogue enthusiasts would treat these bus captains as objects for their own fame, like I've talked about before. I mean, it's like it's just putting a bus captain's name and identity out there. It's not a big deal, right? But I'm just telling you the reason why me and my friends we don't do it, because some people have asked me before, like, why don't I put this bus captain's name on the video? Why am I not concerned about my views? I'm like, I don't care. Like I've said, my purpose is just to give people digital memories, and it's not about myself, obviously. Because I feel like a lot of YouTubers they only do shit for themselves and not like do stuff to benefit other people. I feel it'll be good if you can benefit yourself and benefit other people as well. But like my main intention is basically to benefit other people, not just myself. Like, do I even give a shit about myself sometimes? Maybe, but nah, I don't think that's relevant. But yeah, whatever. Because again, like, you've seen the way how that Service 52 Rogue Bus Captain drove. And you see how the stupid kids are like, despite their like literal lives being at risk, they still continue to ride his bus and they still continue to be like groomed by him in a sense. And they think it is okay to carry this behavior, the kind of interactions between the rogue bus captain and like those kids will then think it is okay to carry on this kind of behavior, sorry, like to what was I trying to say, to keep up with this kind of behavior and carry it on. I mean, why am I struggling to say stuff? They think their behavior would be okay in like that scenario between the robust captains and the the kid bus enthusiasts, and they would carry over, yes, carry over this behavior to other bus enthusiasts, bus captains as well, and they are kids. They would think it's okay. They would think it's okay to start control car or start like, you know, when the bus is in motion, start talking, yapping to the bus captain, or playing fucking loud ass music on the bus. I don't know what is it with like this generation of bus enthusiasts, but every single time I board the bus, I see them like doom scrolling their fucking TikToks on like max volume. Like, are you even interested in a bus in the first place? You're just like doom scrolling TikTok whilst like catching a cameo. Oh my god. Yeah, this is why like I just don't understand like the behavior of like them nowadays. Again, I'm saying this because there are bus enthusiasts that they just go all around Singapore specifically to ride bus enthusiasts, bus captains, buses. And it's not like just riding it. No, no, no. It's to like get up close and personal with those bus captains. It's kind of like trying to hook them up. Oh my god. This is one behavior that I just genuinely don't understand. Like, I don't know if they're fucking attention seeking because they're deprived of attention, or they are content hungry, or they have nothing better to do with their own lives, or they're just rogue. I don't know. I just don't know. But yeah, my main point is respect the bus captain's boundaries. They have their own privacy. They deserve to have their own privacy and personal space as well. Even if you're friends with them, like you gotta know like your limits as well. Especially when it's like you don't talk to them when the bus is in motion. And I have seen a lot of bus enthusiasts make this mistake. When the bus is in fucking motion, they start a conversation with the bus captain. And it's not like the bus captain is like initiating the conversation. No, it's like they are focusing on driving, and then you just like come in there and just, hey BC, blah 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 blah. Can I ask you a question? What what duty and what shift, what block number, what bus service will you be doing later? It's like, you want to ask all these questions? Can you just wait till like you're at the terminal or when the bus is stationary before you ask these questions in the first place? I was like, oh. I just don't know why like bus enthusiasts are such a problematic, or like why they are like so, why they're like they just behave like troublemakers even though they, 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 they don't intend to be like that. I would just say some behaviors are just like flat out unexplainable, I would say. Okay, different people, they have like different views on it. Some people, they are like, okay, I want to drive like a cameo bus because I want to make it a special moment for people. But still, you gotta respect people's boundaries. Whereas some bus captains or bus enthusiasts, bus captains are like, oh no, I don't want to like do all these wild stunts. I just want to drive a normal bus that's not a cameo bus. I just want to like enjoy driving without the fucking kids constantly disturbing me. Yeah, if I was a bus captain, and then let's say I was given the opportunity to like drive, let's say Volvo B5LH or like 35, I would refuse because I don't want to get fucking harassed by them. This is why I also don't like it when, you could use the Service 52 Rogue Bus Captain as an example, but I just don't like it when people they become a bus captain because they just wanna impress the bus enthusiasts that are like under 18. Ah, no, no, no. Or even if they're adults, I was like, no, because I enjoy driving, not because I wanna like fucking fan service people. No, because your main job is to ensure that people get from point A to point B safely. And all the conversations that you have with like bus enthusiasts, all the friendly interactions with that, it is secondary. And I and I think people tend to not understand this, like the weight of this. Safety is number one. Your conversations with the bus captain, you can have them later. You don't have to keep yapping when they have to concentrate on driving, basically. And you also realize that when I film them driving, I usually don't even show like the uh okay, how do I say it? There is a driver's cabin. Usually at most my phone would I mean like this phone at most I would be exposing like a small portion of like the driver's cabin, but usually I don't point my camera at the driver's cabin because again they need their privacy, they need their personal space. Usually when I film them driving, I just film the front view, like the front scenery. I tend to not show the driver's cabin, especially when like it's a bus enthusiast bus captain. Like I try not to do that. If I have to tilt my phone in order to avoid people's faces, like they're bus enthusiasts at the bus stop, and I know some of them are like really really conscious about their face being exposed online, so I try not to show it unless like I have no choice, and then I unintentionally expose like the bus driver's cabin. Yeah, I mean sometimes that does happen, but usually I try not to. Like basically, I make it so that like I try not to film the driver's cabin unless like the bus driver themselves is like chill with it. But even then, I was like, no, I don't really want to like give the impression to like other bus enthusiasts that like doing this is okay, like to any bus enthusiast, bus captain, or even normal bus captain. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna show people the front view. That's what you're supposed to be interested in anyway. But yeah, I do know there are these like short POV driving videos. That's what they usually put it as. There's nothing wrong with them, especially if like the bus captains are chill with it. But it's like I have my own reasoning as to why I try not to show the bus driver's cabin, especially when bus enthusiasts, bus captains are driving, is because I don't want to let people have the impression that oh, just pointing a camera at their own personal space is okay. So yeah, that's about it, I guess. Do I have anything else that I want to say? I don't think so. I think I've like covered everything already. Again, feel free to if you disagree with me or what, but I'm just like trying to put it out there that like sometimes I have suspicions on whether people are doing it for their own clout or actually doing it because they want to make digital memories for the bus captains. Like especially if like the bus captains are their friends. Even if they say yes, please film me, I might hesitate a little bit because again, I just don't want to like give people the impression that like doing this is like okay on a normal basis. Front view is okay. It's just like if you actually want to film people driving, uh, yeah, not everybody is okay with it. I just want to put it out there.